All right, well, I'll start. Hi, I'm Nash Edgerton. I am one of the producers and I was one of the editors of the film.
Michelle Bennett, also a producer.
Ben Walker, actor.
What else?
All-round nice guy.
Script consultant and all-round nice guy, that's right.
Yeah. Scott Ryan. I was the writer, director, one of the producers, one of the editors. I starred in the film, and I did the catering.
And did you guys eat well, Ben?
Sometimes.
We did.
Yeah, when we stayed at my mum's place for a few days and she cooked, that was really good.
And here we are in the garage. This scene wasn't in the original rough cut that I did when I first shot the film. And I kind of realised that nobody at that point had got killed in the film, so I figured I'd have to do a scene where somebody got shot. So I got my brother down for about an hour, and I got my dad behind the camera, and we shot this in the garage at my thug's place.
And this is with a cap gun, yeah? Which we enhanced later.
Yeah. It was just like a $3 cap gun, so it had caps in it. So, but yeah, we put in the shell casings coming out of the gun and the muzzle flash. That's all added. That's all.
And smoke too. More smoke.
The thumb up was real though, yeah?
Extra smoke, yeah. It's in the visual effects thing.
And what was it about the thumb?
The thumb's real though, yeah? The thumb up.
No, that's a visual effect. I actually don't have a thumb on that hand.
And that font, that was your choice of font, yeah? We went through a lot of issues with the fonts.
Because you asked me to download that font. I had the
Michelle, that was Scott's choice of font, yeah?
What, you saying? You don't like the font? Is that what you're saying?
No, we like the font.
You like the font?
As long as you like the font.
Look, I really like the font.
Well, he's probably going to come. He lives in this place here.
Yes, this is me talking to the camera.
Hotel.
This is in, I'm not sure what the alley is called.
It's off Little Burke or Little Collins. Is that Little Burke or Little Collins?
I don't know, actually. That's Little
Collins.
Little Collins. Stop into Little Collins Street looking towards Burke Street at the other end of that alley.
Yeah, it used to be Fast Eddie's in the background, but
That's true.
it's gone now.
And you obviously had no permission to shoot any of this, did you?
No permission to shoot anywhere. Just sort of rocked up and shot it. And we're actually parking in a disabled park spot.
I'm going to grab him on the way
Which we got
back.
asked to move from.
We got asked to move from by the parking inspectors at one point, so...
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
We just said, oh, can we just stay for another 5 minutes?
That's him there.
They could obviously tell there was you guys.
They could see magic was happening.
Yeah. And there's Benny Walker,
Going for a stroll.
first appearance.
Just going for a bit of a stroll.
Yeah, a bit of a stroll. And then, I'm not sure if in the deleted scenes we do the me following him.
No, it's not.
We don't, because
No,
originally...
But there is in the delayed scenes the more you and Max talking about blueberries and which you'll see in the delayed scenes. But when I started cutting the film with Scott after seeing his film, I started cutting things out, much to his dismay. That was one of the things I cut out.
Yeah, I was very disappointed that was taken out.
Mate, I was sad to see the shot of Dino's go. I know we've talked about that a lot, but...
Yeah, Dino's, because it was originally I followed Ben at that point in the film, and he goes and buys a soft drink at a place called Dino's, which I wanted to get in the film because it just was a fantastic looking.
It was a very iconic Melbourne.
Yeah, it was like
landmark.
You walked in there, it was like walking back into the 1950s, and it's now gone.
It's now friggin' juice bar.
Hey, so where did the idea for the gloves come from?
Well, I figured he'd probably wear gloves because he doesn't want to leave fingerprints, and then when I was putting them on, I just started sort of ad-libbing.
Yeah, that's him. Right, let's go. Yeah. Let's go.
The glove thing was in the original
Yeah,
first version, wasn't it?
Now.
They weren't pink though.
No, they weren't.
I think
The
they were
pink's a
white
nice
gloves, the
touch.
original.
Did you ever worry that you'd look kind of silly in an alley with pink gloves
And a cap gun.
and a cap gun?
Well, actually, I was more worried about looking silly in that tracksuit. I mean, that was the big...
Hey, you didn't have to wear the friggin' laser Mercury outboard friggin'
I don't mind the lace.
I thought that was yours.
spray coat thing.
Well, it's actually mine. I lent it to him.
Yeah, right.
But I originally bought that because I was going to wear that myself.
That's right.
But then I was in the city and I saw this Nike tracksuit this full tracksuit with the pants and everything, and I just thought, no, I've got to have it. So.
And you were stylist?
Yes, I was the stylist and the location scout and production manager and first AD.
Hey, and so you guys had to shoot this like 20-something times, yeah? Because every time you get halfway through and then someone would walk along.
Or a car would come, or something would happen that we'd have to...
You'd have to hide the gun. And
yeah, because we couldn't close off the street or anything, and I'm walking around with a gun and we don't have permission.
But that was good, because it meant we had to try to create the scene in a realistic kind of way.
Yeah.
We had to really conceal the gun as if he was really a hitman and kind of work for it.
And was Scott really roughing you up there?
Never enough. I was always like, if you want to fucking go hard, go hard. It helps. But, yeah, I do. I enjoy it. But, yeah.
Alright, so now we're at the Stork Hotel. And I guess the whole deal with when Michelle and I got involved and started cutting the film was to try and get into having Ben's character grabbed a lot sooner and have the mystery of Max and Ray's relationship. They don't seem quite that friendly yet, which is why the reason we took out the blueberry scene.
He's Kane Mason.
There's Benny.
Benny. With the really bad teeth. Then his teeth actually are not that bad.
But you never really see him here.
No, you don't see it.
Because that's the thing that whenever I see the credits at the end and it shows the bit where he smiles, I'm like, oh, you don't really notice that.
Oh, did you dirty up his teeth for this?
Yeah, he kind of put something on his teeth that's why you can't really see them.
Kind of neighbours, and you have to...
I'm going to get a drink. You want a drink?
People often comment too about this scene, how they go, oh, the continuity shit, because 1 second it's sunshine and next minute it's rain and you must have shot that on a different day, but no, that's just Melbourne weather.
No, what was bad was the sound.
Yeah.
That was the difficult scene for, or challenging scene for sound, because there's so much background noise on the...
Yeah, Sam did a good job on that.
Yeah, totally. Well, and just the picture too, because it was so much darker.
Yeah, I think Sam Petty had to do a lot of filtering to make it as audible as it is now.
So many shots where there's a bit of shit on the lens.
Yeah, where was the camera assistant that day?
The camera assistant? Well, that was me.
That's him on screen.
And I was in front of the camera, so I wasn't aware of it.
Did you realise the shit was on the lens, or was that like an intentional?
No. Well, I should really say that it was a creative decision. No, I had no idea, and then when I saw it afterwards, I thought, oh my God, there's raindrops and shit all over the lens. But that was actually Marcy's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally not mine.
Now all this stuff with Kane, this was pretty much like one long, like all the pieces we took from were all pretty much one take. Yeah.
No, actually, it was about three. It was about three takes, three separate takes, but long, like probably 20-minute takes.
Yeah.
And then we just took a bit from this one and took a bit from that one.
I always like the bit that's very hard to hear. I don't even know if it's in the final, but where he's talking about, I got scoping out this house in Eaglemont. You get in through the roof, you go in through the roof. I always like that.
Yeah.
I like that background bit.
I haven't been,
So we're here in the Stork Hotel still.
So why did you choose the Stork?
Because of I knew that, they're going to have this conversation and visually it's not going to be terribly interesting. So I wanted something to be going on in the background so that it wouldn't be boring. And just in case the dialogue was really boring. So that's basically why I chose a Stork. I'd hung out there for a while because I was at RMIT just around the corner. And I loved it. The food was good. Good pool table.
Yeah.
And,
Do many people question what you were doing in there with the camera and everything?
no, actually, that was one of the places we actually got permission. That was about the only place we got permission the whole shoot was the Stork Hotel. We didn't get written permission.
Well, you did in the end.
Well, in the end, yeah, Michelle said, listen, you've definitely got to go in there and get written permission. But we had a verbal.
What I was surprised with is when I remember looking through all the rushes, that not once did you have someone walk past the window and stick their face in the camera. I was expecting that at some point.
I think when it looks like it's, because for all intents and purposes, from an outsider's point of view, it could have just been home movies almost.
Yeah.
And when it looks like that, people don't tend to get in your face. If it's all big and crew-ified,
Yeah, people want it.
yeah, that's when they start acting like wankers.
This is my Hollywood chance.
He was dealing smack for Freddie. And,
So was it cold that day, or was that just a headdress of choice?
Well, I feel the cold a lot, and having no hair certainly doesn't help. So, Yeah, I found the beanie pretty helpful.
You chose that beanie though specifically for Ray, didn't you?
No, that was just one of my beanies. That's just a beanie I had. I couldn't afford to buy a new beanie just for Ray. So it was mine.
It's good that we're getting into the real technicalities of the film.
And it's actually an icebreaker beanie, if you see on the front there, so if anybody from Icebreaker's watching.
If they'd like to send Scott some more icebreaker beanies for this winter, he's very...
I love that bit too. Just there where the bird flies up in the background, the sound of the...
That was really well timed, yeah.
What about if I go and speak to Fred and sort of thing? No? Oh,
How much did you spend on wardrobe in the film?
Well, that Nike outfit cost me about $100. Kane's tracksuit and his ensemble was probably $20 at Dimmy's. Ben's jacket at the op shop, so it was about $5. So you're probably looking at about $200 for outfits.
It's not bad.
So when you're directing and acting, Scott, how can you determine what's a good take? Did the other guys tell you, or is it always instinct? There's no monitor and playback, obviously.
Well, we
did a bit of playback.
We had the camera that we had like a 3.5-inch monitor on it. So basically, LCD screen. So after we'd do a take, we'd look at it. We'd flip the screen out and basically just do a playback. So that was basically our monitor.
And that was handy because you could see, okay, well, that bit works really well, keep that in, but next bit, get rid of that.
Yeah, without that, we would have been in a lot of trouble.
So, I guess you would have been able to tell a bit about whether the performance felt all right, but more so to see where the camera was at that point.
Yeah, you pretty much get a sense that, as you're going, that, yeah, this is pretty good and all that sort of stuff. But it helps just to be able to sort of look back on it, and so it's definitely handy having the little monitor. And here we are.
Treasury.
It's Treasury.
Treasury Place.
Treasury Place.
It's the old Treasury building.
Old Treasury building. I mean, a lot of people think it's on top of a building somewhere, but it's actually just on the steps of the old Treasury building on what is that, Exhibition Street? Spring Street, I think.
Another expensive location?
Yeah, look, this was very expensive. The permits, the permits and stuff, it cost us a lot of money to do this, where we did it. And as you can see, the crap on the lens again, which again was a creative choice.
So this is sounding a little bit like a Q&A on the questions coming from Nash and I, who are clearly not on the shoot. Coming in after the whole thing had been shot and edited already into the short film.
So now this is stuff that we put in once I came on and started cutting, because I saw this stuff in the rushes and you didn't actually use this.
Yeah, this wasn't in the original cut that I did. No, this was stuff that we'd shot in Maui, on the outskirts of Maui. Benny was driving and he said, look, I'll take you to this place. And I didn't originally think it was ever going to be in the film. We just shot it because it was interesting. And yeah, when we started editing up in Sydney, you said, listen, this stuff looks great, we should put it in and make it more of a road movie, because you didn't really get the sense that it was a road movie originally. And that sort of helps it, I think. I think it's a great shot.
Yeah, it was one of my favourite shots I saw when I started looking at the rushes, and it really did give that sense of that you were taking, Ben's character, Tony, on a journey. And I think once we started adding those shots, it really did feel like it was a road movie.
And it breaks it up a little bit because it's a very talky film, so it's nice to have a few sort of silences.
I love in this bit how your jacket's kind of halfway up your chest, and
yeah, that's worse in the next.
And just the way you grab onto your zip when you pull your dax up, like it might be later in
grabbing my crotch.
You're always grabbing it. Doing a lot of grabbing.
But I don't actually grab my crotch that much in real life. It's just one of the things that character. It's a character trait.
Is that true, Ben?
No.
I mean, you know me pretty well. I mean, do I go and grab my crotch a lot?
Yeah, that's another order.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
Good film.
30 dozen?
30
Fucking classic.
Oh yeah, it's a classic, but it's not really a war movie. It's more that's
Now this one's when I saw the first version that I saw of this film, which was at St Kilda Film Festival, the half-hour version. This scene just went off, and it was one of the reasons I really loved the film, was this whole speech about Clint Eastwood and the argument about the Dirty Dozen.
With the way the film's edited now, with the blueberries scene gone, this is kind of when the audience really starts to really laugh, I suppose. This is the scene that really sort of gets them.
Start to realise where it's going.
And they realise that it's actually kind of a black comedy here. It's not completely serious.
Yeah, it's your first chance to actually have some relief, because Ray's been so dark up to this point, and then and it's the first time you get the sense that Max is starting to push the relationship between filmmaker and subject.
It becomes a bit more complicit in this part.
I've seen the movie, a couple of weeks ago. Clint Eastwood definitely isn't in the Dirty Dozen.
He is, mate. He shoots a guy with a song.
Look at that ear.
He goes in his room.
That's a good look. That really, I've never noticed before. But that is.
Did you like that ear specifically?
Well, it's actually a prosthetic. Yeah, that's a prosthetic. I actually don't have any ears.
If I remember the name of the actor, but that's definitely not.
Whereabouts were you guys? Were you guys just like in the middle of nowhere shooting this?
This is out. Most of the interior car nighttime stuff was in Motown.
And you're in the back seat at this point.
Yeah, sitting in the back seat.
That's Moe.
Moe, yeah, for the uninitiated.
Yeah.
You're a Moe local, aren't you, Ben?
Formerly, yes. And we basically found like these two stretches of road, and shot all of the car stuff driving up and down the same stretch of road most of the time.
And no Motown locals gave you any grief?
Not at all. No, we made sure we stayed out of their way, kept away from the mullets.
Now, if you notice here, my
Bang.
tracksuit jacket.
Here we go.
My tracksuit jacket is way up around my chestal area, and I grab my crotch.
Clint Eastwood?
There he is.
Was he?
Yeah, this is one thing that you like. This was totally you in terms of writing this scene. And
But you popping your head up out of the boot, that was something you decided to do, and I think it makes it.
Pay up?
I'm not paying up.
funny how many things came together as we did them, and how much new good stuff came up actually right in the middle of it. You know, as we were physically doing it.
Not particularly.
Yeah, we shut the fuck up and get in the fucking car.
Now, you notice the whole time during this, or you're telling me that like, you had a battery for the light. And the light's really bright at the start of all of these scenes, and then the further you get into the dig and during this, like, it just, the light was basically, the battery was running flat.
The battery, it was funny, the battery weighed about 15 kilos, and it just didn't hold charge. So at one point we had to stop and actually plug it into the cigarette lighter of the car, which meant that Marcy couldn't actually move around. He had to stay by the car.
That is
so that's why,
That's right.
you know, that's why you're kind of wondering, well, geez, why doesn't the cameraman move around a bit more and you know, get some different angles? He just couldn't because he was plugged into the cigarette lighter.
Yeah, he had a 3 metre leash.
Yeah, 3 metre leash. We didn't even have a proper lead for him.
This is one of our other extensive visual effects shots where we blurred the number plate to try and add to the realism of.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's really state of the art special effects there. I mean, you know, forget Lord of the Rings. I mean,
Yeah.
The bodies.
Yeah, I was surprised we didn't get nominated for the best special effects
You don't get caught.
for that.
Sooner or later, probably the bodies get found.
Not if I'm doing it.
So you make sure that
But yes, you should watch the special effects feature on this DVD as well.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet actually.
I haven't seen it. Is it good?
Yeah, it is good.
We've given it a good rap.
Yeah, Michael Gracie goes through the depths of the special effects of the magician.
did he put that shit on the lens there? Or?
No, but I love that the shit on the lens is in a different spot in every take.
Because that's what I thought. I thought it's moving around.
Yeah.
Did anyone ever think of wiping the lens?
We actually did. We actually did wipe it a few times. Just probably not very well.
Yeah.
But as you'll notice here, there's no shit on the lens. Or maybe there is, it's just too dark.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you have a bug wrangler? There's a lot of great bugs.
We did, yeah. You actually don't get bugs up in Maui, so we actually had to get a wrangler. The same guy that did the pigeon earlier on, and he bought a couple of thousand bugs, and we just sort of let them out occasionally.
They're really well trained.
Great.
So we shot this digging scene out at my auntie and uncle's property, which is about 15, 20 k's out of Maui.
Tub and Janet.
Yeah, and we were shooting this particular scene. I'm sure it was like the dead of winter.
Yeah, it was cold.
And we were shooting until about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was freezing cold. None of the breath condensation is visual effects. It's all real. I can attest.
And he really made you dig the hole, basically.
Yeah, well, but that was part of the getting the scene to work, was like to physically do it, you know. Fortunately, it was really nice soft dirt, so it wasn't too hard, except for when I was trying to break the shit off the edges.
Anybody got any chewy on it? Mars, you got any chewy?
Well, I actually said to you at one point, I said, listen, you know, it kind of, your performance as the scene goes on gets more and more desperate, and that's not because you think you're going to get killed, it's because you're freezing your ass off and you want to get out of there.
Yeah. I really want to convince you quick so we can get back in the car and get warm.
Yeah. I said to you, listen, mate.
You know, unless you can convince me, because this is all improvised. I said, look, unless you can convince me, we're going to stay here all night. But actually, I was okay because I actually had thermal underpants on.
Oh, that's right, you had your thermals.
I had thermal underpants.
What do you call that? You call that digging?
No, I'm breaking.
What's that?
I'm breaking the shit off the edges.
You're breaking the shit off the edges. You break the shit off the edges, we'll be here till fucking Christmas. Dig the hole. Put your foot on top of the spade, right? And push it into the ground. That's how you dig a fucking hole.
But the dirt's too hard.
The dirt's too hard, is it?
It's pretty hard.
If I spit the chewy out.
You have the figure. With 80 grand, you could buy
some animal making funny noises.
Well, that was kind of the inspiration for throwing in that weird whaley sort of sound, was the fact that we did hear some pretty freaky shit while we were out there, which was cool.
Mm.
I remember when we were grading the film, the grader kept trying to work out how come your hands were so pink. And he kept trying to drain the colour from your hands, but it was making you guys look really white.
Man, that dude's got bad circulation.
I just can't seem to work out the hands. And once we informed him that you had pink gloves on, he felt a lot better.
Jabbing the fucking shovel in the ground. Put your foot on the top of the shovel. Now, put your foot up. That's
It's amazing how much the grade again brought up the detail in the image as well, because you really couldn't make out any trees or anything.
Yeah, in the original, no, you couldn't see any of that, and the grass and stuff.
Right?
Yeah, I remember when it first got printed back to film, we were all very surprised at how much extra detail there was for something that was shot on mini DV.
So what did you have in terms of lights? Was it just one?
Just one. It was mounted, there was like a little bar thing, and it was actually mounted on, just a light mounted on that. And the microphone was mounted on the camera as well. So there was all this kind of gear.
And it was all plugged into the car
Cigarette lighter.
Yeah, straight into cigarette lighter, yeah.
So that's lighting and powering the whole film, the car.
Basically the car.
And then Massimiliano's lighting and doing sound and operating camera.
And didn't we have the car... We actually had to have the car running at the time so that the battery wouldn't run down.
Well, sometimes we'd run it, sometimes we'd leave it off, but make sure we kept running it so we didn't end up stuck in the middle of nowhere.
And you'll never, no one will ever hear
And, you know, although you don't really get the sense of it, Max is less than 3 metres away from the car we're shooting this, because it's
Yeah, the car was basically parked at the side
next to
of
the hole.
Yeah.
at least see that the money exists, and that it's got to be taken as some kind of token that I will fucking go. If I'm not bullshitting about the fucking money, then I'm not bullshitting about fucking disappearing. It's not like it's really any fucking major fucking trial or tribulation to you to fucking to stop.
Would you shoot another film on mini DV?
No. Absolutely not.
What's your next format of choice?
VHS. I'm going back to VHS.
Sit down.
Come on, man, you don't have to do this.
Just sit down.
The money is there.
Sit. Don't pick that fucking shovel up. Sit down. If I was going to shoot you, I'd just fucking shoot you. Right? Just sit down. Just don't you worry about it. You just fucking sit down. Fucking take a break. Relax. Take it.
So this is probably the longest shot in the film, where you make Tony wait to decide what you're going to do to him.
How many edits were there in the entire film? I know it wasn't many, and they wouldn't believe us here when we were doing the sound edit.
I think, I don't know the exact number, but it's around 120 to 125 in the whole film. And I think the fourth reel only has 4 cuts in it.
Right, so less than a music video.
Basically, yeah. I think the average film has around 1,200 to 1,500 edits, and this has 120. And every time the guys at Digital Pictures are asking about the online, they're asking how many edits there are, and I tell them, they go, no, in the whole film. And I say, well, that is the whole film. And they asked me about 10 times. They kept asking me to reach out.
We were queried here too.
I love all you carrying on in the background here while you're making me wait, Karen. Yeah. Just, it adds some sort of atmospheric credibility to it. I like it.
Where'd you guys get the handcuffs?
Aussie Disposals. $5, 2 pairs.
Very easy.
Nearly blew the budget. Yeah, no, great. Now this was an interesting scene where Benny goes to get in the bag. That was something he thought of. I actually said get in the bag. I meant the boot, and he kept going for the door. Which is actually one of the scenes that you'll see where we talk about it at the end of the film in the credits.
But look, Ray, it's not even your car. You stole it.
So what's your point?
So what do you care?
Well, I've got to sit in it, right? I've got to drive 8 hours up to Bathurst, and I'm not driving that far with this guy fucking stinking a piss.
Well, I'll take me decks off.
Yeah, actually, I remember this all being pretty, like, the content of this scene being pretty heavily improvised.
Yeah, it was written, but there was a bit of improvisation. There it is again. There it is. Oh, that's a good
let it go, will you?
That was a ripper, that one. We should actually be keeping a count. Can somebody keep a count of the amount of times I grab my crotch?
Yeah, there'll be a competition, a phone-in competition. If you can count how many times Scott has grabbed his crotch during the film, we'll send you another DVD.
So here's more beautiful Motown.
Yeah.
And that was also the first time you actually get to see Max, the cameraman.
Yeah, in that previous scene, yeah.
And we blurred him out, which was done again in the re-edit of the film to add to the realism of. We figured the filmmaker would not ever show his face.
And this is also one of the only times, there's only 2 times in the film where music occurs, music that was specifically written, I think, for the film, occurs in the background here on the radio. It's the first time you hear it.
Would we call this Tony's theme?
It's all started.
Tony's theme.
Nice. There was a market there,
and this was actually me. I was driving around. I actually didn't have a driver's license at the time.
Well, you'd barely even driven a car. I can remember when we first got the car, giving you a couple of lessons on what to do.
You had to show me where the brake was and where the accelerator was.
Dude, you might want to hit the brake soon. We're coming to a dead end. Indicate.
So what? So you're directing and driving the car?
Yeah, I should have mentioned that actually. Yeah, I was directing, producing, editing, acting, and writing it,
chauffeuring,
driving at the same time.
And are you trying to look back at what's going on the whole time?
Yeah, I was actually looking over my shoulder the whole time.
No, he wasn't, because I wouldn't have been there sitting where I am right now. I'm small fry. Yeah, that's a genuine melancholy.
That's it. So how did who hired the car then if you didn't have a license?
Well, Benny actually hired the car. Benny had a license, so he hired the car.
So you were vehicle wrangler?
That was part of my co-producerial role.
Was hiring the car.
And scouting locations down and around Motown as well that might have been suitable. Places we could hide out and not get caught and do stuff. But like here, for instance, as you see the sun pass around the corner, is that where we've just basically done a 360?
Yeah, we actually, a couple of times during the film, actually drive up roads, do a 360 and come back again. And not many people, actually my sister's one of the only people who notices it, I think.
I look after my daughter. I love her with every bit of my heart.
What, you got broken into?
Yeah.
Yeah? What'd they get?
Oh, everything.
This scene's at RMIT, where we used to, when we were at school, where we'd sit and drink coffee and talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, and I have to say too, in this film, there's a lot of times I look at myself and I think I actually don't look that ugly in real life. I look really unattractive in this film. And it was actually makeup. Ben actually does special effects makeup.
So that whole Nosferatu vibe,
that whole Nosferatu vibe was, I actually lost weight for the film. I was down to about 9.5 stone there. I've since put on a bit of weight.
In Carlton years ago. Yeah. I mean, the guy's been jailed, for robbery. So, and but apart from that, after I spoke to the cops, I went around his place, and he denied it, but he denied it in a way that, yes, I fucked you, Mike.
Quite a few of the conversations that we had that appear in the film, kind of this area where you're shooting this scene now is kind of where a lot of those were formulated, because we used to talk a lot of shit over coffee at school.
Well, this whole scene about getting ripped off actually happened to you. Some guy ripped you off. Some guy called Edna.
No, my best mate, Bilby.
Oh, it happened to Bilby?
Yeah, Bilby.
It happened to Bilby, and you actually told me the story.
Yeah, I told the story.
Sitting up there at RMIT.
So,
and that's how that came part of the film.
That's right. But yeah, Bilby got ripped off by a former friend who was a junkie, who then hit Bilby in the goodness of his heart, invited him back to his house, and the next day his house was empty.
So did he have someone, a friend, help him retrieve it?
No, unfortunately, that was where we thought it sort of felt like the poetic justice was served, because in the film we could actually do what he deserved to have done to him. But and there was nothing the police could do, because he'd been invited into the house the day before, so all the evidence was essentially no good. But yeah, so Edna, if you're out there, I hope you've seen the film. Yeah. Love your work, mate.
Coming to get you.
I always wanted to ask, is this juicy fruit that you're chewing here?
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, only juicy fruit. And those sunglasses, interesting. I think they were from the $2 shop. And it's interesting, every time I buy expensive sunglasses, I lose them after about a week. But those sunglasses cost me $2 and I've had them for about 5 years.
That's always the way.
It's always the way, but they look great.
So this scene, is this one that we recorded? Is this the one that we recorded with me first?
Yeah, when you originally played the documentary filmmaker for a couple of days, this was one of the scenes we shot.
Can you do that?
This is the least amount of violence.
Least amount of violence, yeah.
That's something I've always liked. I've always liked that.
The least amount of violence. Well, that was something that happened between you and me when we improvised it originally, and I thought we should keep it.
But just the idea of a least amount of violence is kind of,
Yeah.
This is one of the most exciting scenes for me when I saw, because when I first saw the half-hour version at the St Kilda Film Festival, it just had the Ray, Tony, Max story. And then when I first sat down and watched this with my brother and Demo, and then saw this scene, and suddenly I suddenly went, oh, this is a whole film.
And this is actually my house.
Yeah.
So quite a few of the locations were locations that, well, it was the only location we could get.
Yeah, exactly. And that was Nat Lindsay there, who was also a student, a classmate of ours at RMIT.
And do you still live in that house?
No, we live around the corner now, but
if people want to visit that, they can just...
They certainly can. Please go to 12 Jarvie Street.
Well, where are you now, mate? Can they come and visit you?
I'll tell you what, I won't tell you where I am, but I'm very close to there, so if you want to seek me out...
and just do a door knock, eventually they'll find you.
Sure.
And if people find you, can they do a magician tour? Like, you'll take them on?
Absolutely.
You'll take them to Motown?
Absolutely. For a nominal fee.
In the Commodore?
Only while it lasts, because I've only got it for a little while. I'm getting a new car, finally. So. What alley is this? Is this closer to RMIT?
No, this is actually the alley where I grabbed you in the film. It's the same alley.
Oh, okay.
Just from a different angle,
from the other side.
with different crap on the lens. That's probably why you didn't recognise it.
And did you make a conscious decision to do all the documentary, like the interview stuff, like a lot of it on the go, and
just to keep the whole sort of documentary feel of it,
And it gives you a really good feel for this, like the seedy underworld that you're living in as well. It feels very Melbourne backstreet, which is what it is.
And what was the general gist you gave to, like, did you just say to Mus you give him a handful of questions you wanted him to ask you?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, and just, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about that. And actually, something interesting here is I'm walking down the street, this guy walks past me here. And when we were shooting this, I was in character and he walked past me and he eyeballs me. There he is there, he goes there. And every time I watch that back, I think... Anyway,
what do you think? What do you think?
I should have... Anyway, I should have thumped him. Really it's the only part of the film that really annoys me. I see that guy's face every time and I think, I was going to do something that day, but I thought, no, I can't.
You're good at letting things go, though.
The only person who's going to take heroin's a fucking idiot in the first place, so, all it's going to do is thin out the dickheads, you know what I mean? I don't... Look, as far as I'm concerned, if you're stupid enough to take heroin, you're a fucking idiot and you deserve to fucking die anyway, so...
I love the saunter back from the house too. There's so much attitude in that walk.
Yes. Do I walk like that? I don't really walk.
Not usually.
No, good.
Happy? What did he say? What do you think he said?
Oh, look. Let's go then.
No, mate.
I love the initial, the cut from the RMIT stuff. Where Max is interviewing you, and then when you cut to the car and you got the sunglasses on, and you go from just hanging out with the filmmaker to in character to go and sort someone out.
Hang on.
It's like that. Well, I don't want to draw the parallel, but in Pulp Fiction when they say, "Okay, let's get into character. Let's be the hitman."
Yeah. It was interesting when I showed some of this to one of my teachers at RMIT, this scene originally years ago. And she said, oh man, there's so much background noises, people sort of hammering and thumping on things. And she said, you're going to have to reshoot that scene because it's ruined by all the background noise. And actually when we went and worked on the film with Sam Petty doing the sound design, he actually added more noise
That's the thing
to the background.
Well, what about some of the shit that the other certain teachers and guest teachers and stuff have said? You don't want to mention that?
No, I could go on, but...
Come on, tell us what
Bring it on.
Make the blood boil. Well, I was told, I'd never be an actor by, If I was told if I wrote and directed this film, it'd suck. I'd never be an actor.
You couldn't do it, basically. A lot of people said you'll never do it.
It
can't be done.
You get a lot of that sort of thing. That's a foam baseball bat.
That started off blue? Yeah, you spray painted.
No, it was red. It was a bright red foam baseball bat. It was plastic and had foam on the outside, and I spray painted it black to make it look real.
It looks good though. It does look good. And the hit, that's another thing I like about this scene.
Here it is.
Bang! Especially with that doink sound.
And how was Natty about getting hit by you? Was he?
He was fine. I just said, look, to make it look real, I'm going to hit you as hard as I can in the face. So you better protect yourself. Yeah. And he did.
Oh, and here, okay, given that this is my house, so the whole time they're shooting this scene, I'm sitting inside watching the uncut version of Dawn of the Dead. And so every time Nat was waiting for action, he'd come in and quickly watch a bit with us. And this VCR that Nat's bringing out is like a 30-year-old beta machine that I had that I was going to pull apart and do something creative with. But Scott's like, we need some stuff. So, and that case that he brings back out of the house was actually the camera case.
Yeah, because I couldn't afford to bring my own stuff or bring stuff or buy crap to bring to your house to do that scene.
But that's another lo-fi guerrilla filmmaking.
I remember when I was going through the rushes, there was a bit of you know, Max was rolling on, you guys are discussing how you're going to hit him with the bat, and
Wednesday.
there's a lot of kind of in-depth discussion about it.
Yeah, we should put that on the DVD because Nat's kind of like, I don't want to, when you hit me with a bat, I don't want to have to lie there for too long and all this kind of stuff. And it's actually quite funny.
You know what's going to happen.
We also, I can remember talking about whether or not we should use blood here, whether there should be some blood coming off his head, but that we decided, well, fake blood.
Yeah, we actually
fake blood would look too fake too.
Yeah, we couldn't afford any either anyway, so we'd blown the budget on the juicy fruit and the chewy.
Happy chappy?
So that's your least amount of violence. I'd hate to see the maximum.
And those titles were something we added later in the edit to kind of give a bit more.
Well, and that one particularly for me, that's one I love, because when it says Edno skipped town without paying, and then he's currently listed as a missing person, it's just like, that just perfectly reinforces the whole thing. It's nice, very nice.
I used to see her a fair bit.
Especially because Ray talks about how if people disappear, he never gets in trouble because
no body, no crime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see it, but...
And this was all improvised pretty much. Marcy had questions, had a list of questions, and but basically the answers were improvised. Like when he asked me how my daughter was, I had to think that up on the spot because I didn't know.
You still get...
Whenever the questions get personal with Ray, he always seems to shut down a bit, and that's how I saw the scene is, because a lot of it you go, yeah, well, and it's like, I can't put my heart on my sleeve too much here as the character.
Sort of thing.
Yeah. I won't look tough anymore if I do.
I like that edit.
That's the second best edit in the film. I'll show you my favourite edit anyway. Is coming up soon.
I'll take credit for that one.
Is that your favourite edit?
Well, it was one of my favourite ones that I did, yeah. But I know you have another favourite.
Yes, my favourite. It's coming up.
Good packet. No worries. Anything to drink?
This is back in Motown again.
Yes, Motown, Main Street of Motown.
Second Main Street.
Second Main Street. What's the name of the street? Yeah.
This is Kirk Street.
Kirk Street.
Kirk Street. I think it's Kirk Street. Pretty sure it's Kirk Street.
Right.
The street that's got the post office in it. And there's actually a sweet little cafe at the front of this place, at the front of where this car is now.
Something very important happens here. That I've got to talk about. This is an example of me directing. You can see in my glasses, see my hand? Yeah, you can actually see Marcy's hand, and my hand just rests on his hand there, and I'm actually moving the camera so that we can get Ben in frame, because Ben's head was only half in frame, half in shot. So if you rewind that and have a look at it, you'll see my hand kind of go onto Marcy's hand and move his hand.
That was something you couldn't really see until it was graded either, because you never noticed it before.
No, but you can actually see his hand there in my sunglasses, holding the camera. And this was pretty heavily scripted, this scene. One of the few scenes.
Was this one that was born of a conversation between the two of you?
No, this was just something that I just sort of made up. I just thought, well, it'd be interesting if, they pull up for something to eat, and, he's just really difficult,
I do have an anal fetish when it comes to garlic sauce, I must admit.
Yeah, you do, and that's probably where that came from. Now, this scene, this is interesting because this is where we're talking about sort of Benny's character here. He's trying to kind of feel me out and kind of trying to build some rapport that I won't kill him at the end of the film.
And you said to me here, I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me correctly, that you said, okay, I'm going to be sitting there, I'm not going to talk to you unless you can come up with a topic that interests me.
Yeah.
And so you just let me run with that and try to think of shit that would get you to engage with me as the character. And if you could have any car...
I remember this time, the edits between these scenes were like something we argued about for ages, about whether we jump cut them or
Yeah, you wanted.
How many seconds we put in there? Of black
You wanted. You loved the fades there, and I think it works.
Turbo,
Oh, it does.
4-wheel.
But that's a subjective thing too.
I
Cause
hate to say it. I hate to say that it does work, but it does work, and it works better than the jump cuts.
Yeah, but I remember we tried it so many different ways.
Mate, I've got this beautiful Commodore.
And this is interesting because Benny actually has a VK Commodore.
Which you get to see in the special features.
Yeah, you get to see that in the special features, and
I was very excited when I first got to see the VK Commodore, and it was real. Yeah,
You got a ride in it too. But the thing was,
And you're selling it too.
I am
How much
selling
you
at the
selling
moment.
for?
Oh, well, it's a piece of Australian filmmaking history, so it'll be thousands of dollars.
do you want to leave your address? Do you want to tell them your address?
too bad Planet Hollywood's not around still, because otherwise they could probably get it put up there next to the Mad Max car.
Yeah.
Totally, that'd be sweet. Next to an Interceptor.
You get a few $100 for it.
Yeah, but I just want to, clearly sort of make people aware of the fact that although I did mention a VK Commodore and that I myself have a VK Commodore, I don't have the same sort of sick relationship with the VK Commodore that Tony does.
Well, it's semi-sick.
It's not sick.
You do have a sort of romantic attachment to the
No,
car.
I don't.
I mean,
No.
it is a piece of shit.
It's an absolute piece of shit. I've
And
got
how
no
long have you
qualms
had it?
about
How long have
that.
you had the car for?
Since 1997.
Okay, so you've had the car for what?
Nearly 10 years.
Almost 10 years, and it's a piece of shit that you hardly ever drive, but you still got it.
Well,
I think that sort of sums it up.
when I need to drive, it gets me where I needs to go.
To have it completely schmick and as new kind of thing, probably 10, 20 grand or something. Get it all done by the people in the know. Do a bit myself, but
Oh, here we go. My favourite cut in the whole film. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. And bang, that's it. I love the way he just turns his head on. It's great. And cuts. This was at a lake outside of Maui.
This is Lake Narracon, or the Dam, as it's known
Narracon.
And
colloquially.
I was really worried this day we were shooting. There was this generator that was running about 100 metres away. And it was really noisy.
Caravan park behind the camera. Yeah.
And that was a real pain in the ass. But it worked out okay.
And if you check out the deleted scenes, you'll get to see what they talked about at lunch.
Which is a scene that I really, really liked. I thought like it was a really piss funny scene. But within the context of the new cut, I could totally see why it was removed, because it was just too light.
Yeah.
It's too jokey.
Yeah, and speaking of visual effects there, if you notice on the left side of my face there, the bit of crap on my lip, that's actually a visual effect.
You wish.
No, that wasn't
You
there
wish
originally.
that
I
was
just
a
felt
visual
that
effect.
would kind of, putting that there would kind of make the character seem a little bit smaller.
I read a review the other day that mentions the food on your face.
Exactly, yeah, I read that the other day. That was funny.
The game,
This is actually where this scene was shot. In the original cut that I did, the film ended with me getting out of the car here and walking down the alley that's sort of to my right there. There's a little alleyway. I just thought I'd mention that.
Can you answer the question, please, quickly? Because I know people are going to want to know there.
Right.
You're rolling your fingers. So many people think he's just picked his nose. He's got a big boob.
Everybody says that. My sister asked me that the other day. She said, "Did you pick your nose there?
Were you rolling,
a
boogie?
boogie?" No, because I tend to do that. I'm actually, if you hear this kind of rustling noise during the commentary, I actually do that with my fingers. Because you know how when you rub your fingers together, you get that kind of black, sweaty gunk on your fingers?
It's like a film.
Yeah, and I just like to
Roll it around.
roll it around, and then I'll flick it. See, like, here you go.
You're making yourself a real attractive proposition.
So this scene wasn't in the film that I saw, was it? Like there was an element of this scene at the end, but the actual whole Mardi Gras conversation.
No, I thought the Mardi Gras was in there.
Are you talking about
But just
the
you
Oh
had
no,
it-
the second half of it.
The second half wasn't. No,
Wasn't,
there was bits of the Mardi Gras.
when Max tells you how beautiful you are.
Yeah, no, that
That wasn't in there. When I remember when Chris Rowe and I saw that, we were just like, oh, this is gold. This has to be in the movie.
And this is the great thing about actually editing the film with other people. They can tell you what works and what doesn't work.
But, you know, whatever blows your whistle.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, because, you know, you're a very attractive mate, you know.
Each week I'd say, so I'm just going to cut this scene out and try it out, and if the film doesn't work without it, we'll put it back in. No, and then I say if we don't put it back in, we'll put it on the deleted scenes on the DVD. And eventually Scott cottoned on. He's like, one day he says to me, he goes, I think there's going to be more scenes on the DVD than there are in the actual film.
In the film. Yeah, because I got wise to you after a while, because you kept saying that, we'll just try it without it. And then all of a sudden the scenes would just be disappearing from the film. And then you started saying no, and then you started saying it again. You said, actually, here's another raindrop, another visual effect that was put in afterwards. And here's Kane again. And we actually shot a scene where Max is interviewing me and I get a phone call from somebody telling me that...
That's in the deleted scenes.
Oh, okay, cool. That'd be good to see. And I've actually always thought that guy, that face in the background, actually looks a bit like Kane.
Really?
Don't you think?
It kind of does, yeah.
It does a little bit.
It's one of my favourite bits of graffiti in here. Coming up.
Is it the one with the gun?
Yeah. Like kind of foreshadows that.
Totally. Ominous.
There it is. Right there.
Yeah. Dead already.
Dead already. There you go.
The film is a deep, rich tapestry.
If I come with you, just tell me that nothing's bad. Nothing bad.
Nothing bad is gonna happen as long as you do it on the fucking T-shirt. If I was gonna whack you, mate, you'd be fucking dead already, right? I would have done you in the fucking alley back there, right?
And this was all improvised again, just winging it.
Two guys riffing in an alley.
Yeah, two guys going for it.
Whatever's easier for you.
You're very kind to offer to drive him all the way, or anywhere in Australia.
Yeah, pick a state. Hitman with a heart of gold,
Well, it's kind of funny that Kane of any place he could pick, he picks like the furthest possible.
I like that. Yeah, he picks Brisbane, and you just roll your eyes.
He doesn't want to be gay because...
Oh, here we go. This was originally one of my favourite scenes in the film, which we had to cut because we were threatened with being sued.
It was a bigger scene, much bigger scene. It was one that I was really, really sad to see go.
And we had to ADR it and fiddle around with it and cut it, and it was a shame. But we mentioned, I don't know if we can we talk about this at length?
Probably not.
We can't mention.
For the same reason we couldn't put it in the film.
That's right.
Yeah, true. But yeah, we mentioned certain people who are very what's the word? Litigious
in nature.
And so we couldn't. We mentioned their names in the film. We had to cut that out and sort of cut around it. So, which was a real shame.
But if you happen to door knock in Melbourne, maybe, and you find Ben, maybe he'll actually show you the...
Yeah, I've still got the original scene too, and it's still...
On the magician tour that he takes you on.
Yeah, and he'll show it to you. Yeah.
Here you go, this is a big 360.
There's a big 360. We're just turning around and going back completely in the opposite direction.
So he's not having sex with him?
No.
That sounds a bit strange.
Hang on,
I know,
does he have
I
his own kids?
Listen, because even the women he marries...
Yeah.
When we were trying to find the farmhouse, I had this really good idea for the location. I thought, oh, this house looks fantastic, but what the hell does Bathurst look like? So we just kind of went with it.
Why did it have to be Bathurst?
That was just Scott's thing. It's like Bathurst.
Yeah, so it allows us sort of enough time to get... And I've never been to Bathurst either. I don't know what the heck.
It's a dream of Scott's to one day go to Bathurst. The only thing I've seen from Bathurst is Mount Panorama.
My balls aren't hanging out.
This is a bit that went back in that I liked too. Though that went in that I liked with the whole...
Yeah. And the old making sure you can't see my...
My balls aren't hanging out.
Which has actually happened to me. It was really embarrassing.
Is that really how you do push-ups? Or is that how Ray does push-ups?
I don't really do push-ups. So, as you can probably tell from... And
we had a hell of a time with those tattoos.
Those fake tattoos. They, if you watch the earlier scene at RMIT, I don't have tattoos, but there I do. So that's a little, what do they call that? Little stuff up.
Yeah.
Big stuff up.
It's about the continuity errors.
Yes, continuity. Yeah, because I was doing continuity.
This scene shot at the Moe Park Motor Inn, where
we got this room for free for a couple of hours to shoot, which was great.
I just rang them up and said, we're making a movie, and if you let us do it, we'll give you credit. And they're like, yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee anything. But I think he's gonna let you go. I mean, I'll have a
But yeah, this place went for it.
So this one's a film-friendly hotel.
Very much so. So if you need to make any kind of films that take place in hotel rooms,
Go to Moe, park motor in.
But, of course, can't guarantee.
So, what if?
oh, just I can remember the chick when we went in there. She's like, "Now, are you going to be using the stuff in the room?" And we said, "Oh no, not really." She said, "Because if you do, you might as well use it and don't try and cover it up because we'll need to change the sheets and stuff anyway. Because if there's one pube in the sheets, she was,
Yeah.
yeah, she did. She's
we
like,
did. We did use
she
the
said,
sheet. We
if
did
there's
use
one
the
pube,
sheets.
yeah, exactly.
Marcy's bare ass on the.
Yeah, well, and you were you were physically in the bed.
But I mean, I had my clothes on.
But she wanted like it didn't matter how close if you open those sheets.
Yeah, well, once Mussy's bare ass got in the bed, I guess you had to change the sheets.
Well, you do because there'd be pubes everywhere.
Sure.
And all kinds of stains.
Uncomfortable silence on the DVD.
How you doing? Fine down there? Alright? Okay.
Alright. So what the camera cost you?
Well, it's about 5,000.
I always love that we blurred his face but not his ass.
Yeah, really, we should have done both, I think. But we just couldn't afford it.
Well, I can't sleep with my pants on.
You're not fucking sleeping next to me with your fucking cock in it, pal.
What do you mean?
What I mean you're not sleeping next to me with your fucking bare ass.
Well, I'm not gonna fuck you up the ass if that works.
Yeah, well, I don't want to take any fucking chances, alright?
Come on.
No.
So did they really handcuff you to the radiator?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's one of the things I kind of wish I'd emphasised a bit when I was laying on the floor was the jingle jangle, the fact that I really was handcuffed to the radiator there, because it kind of looks like I'm just laying there.
Yeah, we did actually add some extra jingle jangle to the
Okay.
sound.
Yeah.
I gave you my undies, so shut the fuck up.
I appreciate that. I mean,
And the idea of the scene came from.
Good.
Did this happen with you and your?
Yeah, my brother, one night we were somewhere and there was like a double bed and we were going to have to sleep in the same bed together, and he started getting undressed and took all his clothes off. And I said, "Dude, what are you doing?" I said, "Listen." He said, "I'm getting undressed." I said, "Well, you're not sleeping nude next to me." He said, "I'm your brother." I said, "I don't give a shit who you are. You're not fucking sleeping next to me with your dick hanging out." So that's basically where a lot of the scenes in this film actually come from real life sort of situations I've been in, unfortunately.
So whose car is this one?
This is Marcy's Mercedes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and I was actually driving along here with the handbrake on.
North Melbourne. Isn't it the team where that guy fucked his mate's wife? What's his name? Wayne
Carey.
Wayne Carey, that's him. So he's the captain and he fucks the vice captain wife. Very smart. He must be a really nice guy.
Oh, yeah?
Terrible. And we were a bit worried at one point, were we going to get sued because we mentioned Wayne Carey here, but
We don't remember.
Michelle can probably tell you a bit about that. But,
Oh, well, it's basically all, public domain. Everything that's said had already been.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly. If it's true, it can't be refused.
But a mistake, it's more like if you're a schooler, you misspell a word.
So if someone's convicted of something that just becomes public domain, you can.
If
We're charged.
Unless it gets sealed and stuff.
Yeah, no. If someone has been, if it's proven true through the courts, then that's something that you can use.
yeah, because I remember when this whole thing came out about Wayne Carey, his management and Wayne Carey kept saying, it's just a mistake. And it really annoyed the hell out of me because, as far as I was concerned, a mistake is something, you don't know that's wrong when you're doing it, and he knew full well what he was doing was wrong when he was doing it, so it's technically...
So this is an element where the character of Ray and Scott kind of...
Oh yeah, it's me getting up on the soapbox and sort of saying, listen, this is bullshit.
But for laughs, so it's all good.
Yeah, for laughs. You know.
What the court says. I mean, the court says, you
Yeah,
know,
totally.
all the evidence.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be one of his favourite scenes in the film.
I mean, I think you're just biased. I mean, you're a North Melbourne supporter, so...
And this was shot, God, where was this shot? This was shot around, just out of Berwick, I suppose, up past Harkaway in Victoria.
The great outdoors.
Here we are.
The great outdoors. So I'm supposed to take...
I love how casually you hand him the sleeve.
It was just, that was improvised, that was just like off the cuff, and I like it too. It's a nice little touch.
I can remember when you told me that you'd done it. I was like, oh, that sounds like it's going to be a bit lame. But within the context of the shot, it works really well. It's not too lame.
The guy who lives on the next property actually came down and asked us what we were doing, what we were shooting. He was a bit worried. There's me taking a piss, and actually the sound effects there were added later. I actually wasn't doing a piss at all.
Oh, weren't you?
No, I was supposed to be doing a piss, but I wasn't actually doing a piss because I'd done one just before and I had nothing left. So,
you can't just piss on cue?
No. I can't cry on cue and I can't piss on cue. I can fart on cue.
Let's say they presented you with the offer, money for eating a bowl of shit.
How big's a bowl?
And actually, you can see some of them on the...
Deleted scenes?
Yeah, there's another one.
But I have to say, a lot of people think that the fart I did earlier on in the film, that's actually a real fart.
What's the difference in... shit to shit?
I don't know what it is about you guys, your obsession with
bodily functions.
All things puerile.
It's a guy thing, I think.
This scene, for example.
Yeah.
I love this scene, this bowl of shit scene.
It goes down really well with men.
How much would it take for you to eat it?
$100,000.
100 grand.
Mm-hmm.
That's for a bowl of your shit. How about my shit?
This scene again is a conversation that Scotty and I had about at RMIT, sitting around the table. We had kind of an audience that day. And so we started to play the conversation a little bit for laughs and just started getting more and more outrageous in terms of getting into the nitty-gritty about eating shit and
the nitty-gritty,
why your shit would be better.
And so did it go as far as you guys actually eating a bowl of shit in front of Punch?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So how much to eat my shit?
Yeah, you still owe me 50 grand, by the way.
Oh, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't eat my shit for any money in the world.
What was the cigarette budget on this movie?
Oh, the cigarette budget. Well, it was just...
It was small.
Because I bought...
Horizon Bucket O smokes.
Packs of... What, 100? 50? And they're like a suitcase full of smokes. Yeah. And it was very inexpensive. I provided food and smokes for the whole crew, and we were all smoking at that point. Marcy and Ben have since given up, but I'm still plugging away. And here's
here it
Kane. He felt we did this so many times because I'd shoot him, and there'd be, he'd fall and, not correctly, or he'd fall on a stick or something like that. And we actually, hopefully that's on the outtake somewhere or something.
No, it's not.
It's not, because it's really quite funny the way he keeps falling down and getting straight back up again and stuff.
The whole beauty of that scene just there, though, in terms of when you sit there with an audience and watch it, is they're feeling so light and laughable after having seen that bowl of shit conversation, and then this just cuts them back and brings them like as this total reality check, and just the hush that comes over the audience when they see that. I love it.
One of those scenes where I actually like to turn and face the opposite direction and watch the audience reaction, get the looks on their faces. And this was an interesting scene when we started to shoot this scene. Kane, who I just shot and killed, was actually sitting just off camera, and I actually had to get him. I had to ask him to get up and walk away and move somewhere else because I was having trouble doing the scene, because he was supposed to be dead and he was sitting there looking at me.
If not me, somebody else, right? That somebody else, right,
Would have made him suffer.
You know it was only a movie.
He would have known it was coming. Pissing his pants.
That also I should say that
Right?
that one of the reason we started the whole adding to the shooting scenes, like the visual effects stuff, was because of that last scene. Because Kane's character had that grey jacket on, and he'd obviously been shot in the back, and we just wanted, in the back of the head and everything, we just wanted to kind of add to it and really prove that it looked like he'd been shot for real. And these titles were another thing we added later, which I think kind of added to it, the whole idea that these guys were really dead.
I might be a bit of a bitch too, but yeah, like the way Kane died, I always had an issue with the way Kane died. I didn't feel like he. Well, because when you get shot in the head, you drop like a sack of shit.
Now's your chance, man. Let it go.
No, but I've got to say the best death scene I've ever seen was in the short version of this film that I made originally, the 15-minute, called The Stash, where I actually shoot Benny in the head when he's dug this hole. It is the best scene, and I know you're stuntman Nash, but it was the best scene I've ever seen of somebody getting shot in the head, because he dropped like a stone.
Can we?
I don't think that is necessarily true that they drop like a stone.
It is. We've watched footage of people getting shot in the head, and they drop like a stone.
Can we get a copy of that for people to see?
No. Actually, if we can get a copy of just me shooting him in the head.
Yeah, if we get, just get that scene. We'll put that on the DVD for people.
Because it should be seen.
I'll make up my mind then, I guess. If he doesn't, if he shows his face back down in Melbourne again.
And this is the only time we intercut in the film.
Yep.
And overlap sound and stuff.
Yeah,
and it works really well.
There's no guarantee.
But yeah, that's the Bathurst house that was supposed to look like Bathurst, but again, that's shot in a little town just about 10 minutes outside of Maui called Traff. And
which you found, one of the locations you found, because I remember saying you wanted somewhere with a long sort of road, a long straight road, and that's what you came up with, and it's great.
I had friends who lived like 2 houses over from this block and who I'd spent some time with. And I just knew that I had the house. As soon as you mentioned that, I was like, oh, I know the ideal place. And it's gone now.
Yeah. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, it's all gone.
If you look on the wall there, what does it say?
Nothing exceeds like excess.
We didn't write that.
And that's again one of those things though that people ask. They say, oh, did you write that? Did you put that in there?
Yeah. Maybe we should just say we did.
Well, you can't now.
No, we can't. Can we stop and go? Can we? No.
This the other thing with the intercutting scene, the stuff of you in the bathroom, we actually cut a trailer for the film, a darker trailer where it's all about that scene, which is also on the DVD. Yeah. So many things on the DVD.
That's good though. That's what you want as a consumer.
Yeah, you
buy a special features DVD to have lots of stuff.
I feel like I lived up to my promise when I was cutting all the things out of your film. That I'm like, we'll put it on the DVD.
Well, you got it. I mean, you said you were going to, so I felt I had to hold you to it. Look at that. Those undies are great. They don't exist anymore, by the way. I don't think.
They were legitimately my underpants at the time, but they died.
You know, a good friend of mine, Joe Velikovsky, when he saw this film, he said, like, he grew up in Bathurst, and he has a pair of those boxer shorts. So when he saw the film, like, he really felt kind of at home. And
he's actually got a pair
of red boxer shorts
with love hearts.
Yeah, and he lives in He grew up in Bathurst, and so he was really quite. He felt really in sync with the film when he saw it.
I get a lot of shit for those white legs as well.
I think they look fine.
But I'm happy to have white legs. I won't die of skin cancer. I'll just die of some other cancer.
This wasn't originally supposed to be drugs, it was supposed to be money. But we got up to the location, or was heading off for the location. I thought, geez, I don't have $80,000 in cash.
Oh, that's where the idea of making it drugs came from.
Yes, I didn't have the money.
It certainly worked with the script.
Yeah, and I thought, oh God, what am I going to do? And then I thought, okay, caster sugar. So I went we were at Benny's mum's place, and I went and got some caster sugar off his mum and stuck it in a bag, and that's how it became drugs.
So you actually went to your mum to borrow sugar?
We were actually there.
Oh, look, there's the blister on the thumb. Sorry to interject there.
Blister on the thumb?
See it? On the other thumb?
On the other thumb, it's still there. Well spotted.
And I love the fact that it's a Glad bag. Like it's kind of dorky.
So domestic.
Yeah, very.
I know drug dealers, or I know drug dealers. I've got contacts, and if I
Does your mum get a credit for supplying the sugar? Or?
She got a thank you.
She gets a thank you, yeah, for the food, and we probably should have given her a catering credit, really. Sub-credit or co-caterer.
We should have given her a thank you for the sugar and a sorry for the swearing.
Yeah.
Oh, she's okay with the swearing. It was Nan that I was worried about. But yeah, because there was like a core guts of the film where we spent 3 or 4 days together and tried to shoot as much of it as we could on location in Motown, and so that's where a lot happened during that time.
This is one of the scenes when I first saw it. You had you actually intercut between you cut sort of back and forth between you and Ben talking here, and for me it took me out of it being real. So we actually extended this and had it in all in one shot.
And this was all improvised.
Let's go.
And at one point in one of the takes, you were walking across here and you actually picked a giant mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do. Oh, actually, there's one thing I've always thought, here where I lean over and then you go for me. There's a way that the camera moves that I kind of thought, oh, you could almost shoot me there, bang, as I go off screen and cut to black.
Yeah. Well, we actually shot a scene where I did shoot you. Where I let you go,
Oh, yeah.
when you run off, and then I say to the cameraman, fuck it, I'm going to shoot him. I'm going to shoot the bastard. And I run after you.
Yeah, I remember, because I piss bolted off through the paddocks.
And the cows.
How piss off, mate?
And that scene's actually in the credit. It's actually in the credits.
Is that the one
where your name? Yeah, you're going like this, and your name comes up in the credits, and it's a shot of you after you've just jumped out of the paddock, and the cows are all hanging out of the fence.
Uh-huh.
And I should mention here the dead rabbit. You might be able to see it on the road up there. There's actually a little dark mark on the road, and Benny actually runs and jumps over it in a second.
That's a sweet shot down that big long road too.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's kind of what I...
And the clouds are good that day, we were pretty lucky.
Yeah, it was great. And I just couldn't help laughing. I just pissed myself laughing watching you run up the road in those ridiculous underpants. Tony moved to Queensland and he's reconciled with his estranged wife.
I don't know if that was a good idea.
Reconciling?
Yeah.
What, it didn't work out? Well, I told you.
What was her name? Michelle, wasn't it?
Was it? It was Michelle. There you go.
So this is one of the only things that was actually shot after I came on board, and I suggested to Scott that I thought Ray needed to explain why he was willing to let himself be filmed, and this is what he came back with, and I thought it was brilliant. And it's pretty much all in one take. So
yeah, it's basically it is. It's just one take cut up, basically. It's cut out here and there to get brevity. So.
And this ended up being part of the trailer, and
yeah, it's pretty much the central core of the trailer.
And it just got rid of any little holes in terms of people watching the film going, oh, well, that's unrealistic.
Because we originally shot this scene, remember? When you were the documentary filmmaker, we shot this at Marcy's place. We went in the room and shot this scene, but it wasn't as good as what this ended up being. And it was just like an afterthought shooting this scene. It was kind of like, oh yeah, we'll shoot it. I didn't, wasn't sure whether it would work or not, but it ended up.
It comes out great, and all the interruptions feel so real. And
well, yeah, you see Ray getting pissed off when he hears those cars every time he's about to speak.
And what's great, I really think what's great is that it's the first time Ray's actually asked to act in front of camera, and suddenly he's not. Yeah, suddenly he's uncomfortable.
He's terrible.
Anytime.
Right now? Yep.
Yeah.
Wrong? Okay.
And also the other ending coming up, where you walk off into the crowd. That's the ending that was in the half-hour version that I first saw, and then when I saw the longer version, you actually had the.
I had the other one where I'm in the alley.
Yeah. And
is that in the deleted scenes that where I walk in the alley?
No, the old opening is.
The old opening.
Where you come at the camera, but not the. Yeah, but not the.
But not the old ending. Yeah, I love the old ending. I wish I could have two endings.
My preference is for the Flinders Street one though.
Yeah, most people's it is. Yeah.
I just love the way you disappear into the crowd. It's like it's a metaphor for that.
Yes, for the entire film. He makes himself disappear. Yeah. Well, that's what I was going for.
Well, for all intents and purposes, we could be walking down the street. Any one person we see, any stranger we see, could be a hitman. Could be who knows what they're doing.
You know, I'm no longer with us, sort of thing. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy.
It looks great with that, the dark bricks and the light coming from behind.
As a
graffiti. And this is, even when I watch this film now, sometimes, which is not very often, I actually get kind of sad when I see the writing come up.
The Ray's been shot dead.
Yeah.
Alright, so what are you doing?
I'm gonna catch the tram.
And remember, it used to say that Ray got. It didn't say Ray was shot. It used to say Ray got.
Ray was shot, but not shot dead.
No, but it used to say Ray drowned trying to save his dog at Kilcunda Beach.
Yeah, that was one of the original ones. Was Ray drowned while saving his dog from a rip at Kilcunda Beach? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Very much has been great.
Alright, mate. Yeah. Alright, dude.
See you soon.
Oh, yeah, keep in touch.
Alright, sure.
Actually, the song that I actually wanted for this originally was Don't Think Twice, but it was a
Bob Dylan
song.
Just a wee bit expensive.
How much did they want for it?
We didn't even get it was actually just knocked back.
It's just not bad. And what did this song cost us? Any idea?
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about it later.
It was a good choice though.
Yeah, it's an Aussie song.
It cost more than the wardrobe budget and prop budget put together.
Probably put together.
I can remember you and I sitting down, and we talked about a lot of different songs that we thought would have been good, and I downloaded them all, and you loaded them all into Final Cut, and as soon as you played Spectrum, it just worked. Bang, straight away. I'm like, yeah, that's it.
This is your Dirty Dozen ending?
Dirty Dozen, yeah.
There's the big rotten teeth.
This is where you first get to see Muss's face.
Not a great shot of Muss, but... And there's Benny after jumping the fence, and there's the cows in the background.
Oh, they were chasing me. And who's this, Bass?
This is something Marcy actually just wanted to shoot.
Which is good, because I like it.
Yeah, it works nicely. There's the old bluey jacket. There's the producers. The executive producers.
Ben, you were just talking about before when we had the technical hitch about trying to reshoot the gay Hollywood scene.
Oh yeah, well yeah. So the scene in the car where we talk about actors being gay, that we had to cut for legal reasons. We tried to reshoot fairly recently to try and rescue it and maybe try to retain the content without mentioning names and stuff and use it in the film. So we went and shot. I had to recreate the wardrobe, had to buy a pair of red undies and draw love hearts on them and stuff. And
your hair was a bit short though.
Oh, that's right. It was slightly shorter than.
So you had to try to grow it really quickly.
I just pushed it out. But yeah, we went off into the bush in the middle of summer. And it was like 36 degrees.
That was about 40.
Okay, it was fucking hot. And we had to do like 20 or 30 takes of this stuff because we kept getting it wrong. Yeah. But in the scene, Scott had me bending over with my bare ass hanging out, pretending to defecate. And I got 150 Mozzie bites from that shoot. And that was something that I'm still bitter about to this day. But when I got home after the shoot, I sat down and counted how many Mozzie bites I could see and I know there was a few more where I couldn't see, but there was definitely that was a painful day.
That was a tough day, and we
it didn't
end up
work.
using any of the footage.
It really didn't work.
If we had enough room on the DVD, we'd actually have a gallery of the shots of the Mozzie bites, but
no, you wouldn't.
And here's all the people we wanted to thank. Lots of people
Anyone you want to
there.
mention there?
Pip Smart.
Pip Smart works with me, and she's does a lot.
she's produced a lot of my music videos and stuff. She's super cool.
Cool. Big thank you to City of Melbourne and Moe there.
Yes. Here's one of the takes we did
Where you said doodads instead of dick.
Doodads, yeah, it just wasn't working that one. Really.
Goof. That was the first take where I'd gone for the back of the car.
For the back of the car, yeah.
That's why I was like, well, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, there it is.
Well, yeah, there it is. Thanks for taking the time to...
Yeah, if you're still listening, thanks for...
for listening to us crap on for 85 minutes or however long it was.
And thanks for buying the DVD. Tell all your friends to buy them too.
Yeah, thanks FFC, Brian Rose and everybody. Thanks for the dough.
Yeah, and if you pirated it off one of your mates, thanks for...
Nothing.
Well, we actually know who you are and we know where you are. So.
And Ray will be coming
around to visit you pretty soon.
That's right.
Thanks a lot.